Yeah, I have not cheesed this park at all. Everything is exactly as I would normally do it. So they're coming out of the park, driving to here, putting their car away, and then walking. People will do anything they can to drive in their car. So the question is, can my viewers provide suggestions for our city here with an enormous pedestrian zone that is going to make the city even better than it is at the moment, making more money, making goods flow, keeping traffic off the streets? Well, that's what we're looking at today. I have scoured all the comment section and picked out a handful of things that we are going to put into this city. So thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying our experimentations with the new Plaza Promenades DLC, then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Also, if you wish to purchase it, there is links below where you can get yourself a lovely Steam key, and I will, of course, get an ever so slight tiny cut of that as well. And I will say thank you for supporting my channel. Right, let's dive in with one of the first comments that we've got. Now, I saw this comment from a lot of people. We've got a lot of places here complaining about not enough workers, not enough educated workers, also not enough goods to sell. And we're getting that in a lot of places through the city. And the reason possibly, which is what has happened here, is I've got Foggy Foot Street as, oh, it doesn't show up here. We need to go into the district. There we go. Look, you can see the little oil symbol there. I need to remove that and get it back to no district specialization, so generic industry. We set that up as an oil zoned industry, this one here, to go with our oil industries DLC industry, which we've since removed. And that's why all of these are complaining, not enough raw materials, there's not enough oil coming in. Now, I could sort of fix that and put down here a warehouse to bring oil in from the outside. In fact, can you actually bring oil in from the outside? I can never remember which ones you can and which ones you can't. So if I just grab one of these, cannot place on this road. Okay, hang on. If we go into here, can be imported at a cost. Yeah, so if I did something like that, we could probably get enough oil in, but it'd be a lot of trucks and things coming in. But if we change them, then hopefully all these buildings will eventually change back to normal generic buildings. It might take a while. In fact, I feel like I might need to help them a little bit. Aha, they're all gone. It's all zoned, so hopefully we'll get some more building back in again. Let's just give that a second and see if that helps. Okay, industry is coming back in. No complaint at the moment. We'll see how things go over time, whether that will start helping over here. Right, so our next viewer suggestion was from Bookwright. Bookwright says, I was thinking it could be fun to add toll booths on every car road in and out of your square. I mean, if people from outside the city would like to drive through, then they would have to pay. What a fantastic idea. So at the minute, this is the only way in and out of the city. If we zoom out, we can see nothing else is connected at all. So let's just pause the game a second and see if we can do a little bit of jiggery pokery right through here. There we go. Excellent. And then we can sort of use the Move It mod just to maybe line these up a little bit better. It doesn't really matter. And then it's just a case of hooking these up on here. There we go. And maybe just adjusting that slope a bit. So that is going to help us make a little bit more money for people coming and going. And in fact, what we could do is we can whack this up over here. And then there is also a policy, let's have a look through here, that can help them go through quicker than normal. Automatic toll, there we go. So increase vehicle flow through toll booths, reduce toll booths income. Let's leave it off at the moment, leave them going slow. I know we can sort of change that with traffic manager and that sort of thing, but let's just leave it like it is and we'll see what happens. You need some power as well by the look of it. How about a teeny tiny wind turbine? That should be fine. What I am going to do is I am going to just use traffic manager here, just because I always think it's a bit hawky-balky. Oh, let's turn that back to despawning. I always think it's a bit hawky-balky that these will cross over when there's like lanes they can take that are right here. There we go. And that one there. This is going to be 2 and 2. Do you know what? There's not many people leaving the city. I'll just let them work that out on its own. Okay, excellent. And then when they come down here, they can choose where to go. Very good. Thank you for that suggestion. So we should now see an increase in money if we go into here and look at our road tolls. That should jump up quite a bit each week. Well, it's already up to over $300 a week. I'm assuming that is. Yes, weekly income, $340, $350. that is going to jump up a lot, isn't it? We'll come back and we'll definitely check that out. So talking about making money like that, and I don't think that's outside the realms of a possibility in a city like this, but how about a little bit of park cheese? Yeah, I saw a lot of comments about that. And where we've got paths like this, which at the moment this one's not being used because there's nobody coming over here. What is going on behind this building? There's something very strange. I'm going to use the move it mod and just reset that. There we go. Gets rid of that weirdness. This path over here is probably being used a bit more for people to come over to the industry area. So let's just do a little bit of something here. Let's get our zone. You know, because this is the cheesy testing city. So why not? So what we need to do is we're going to start a park zone, but we can't have a park zone and a pedestrian zone. So if we're really careful through the middle here, like that. Excellent. And then we're going to delete the path. Let's just pause the game before everybody cries. Delete the path at either end. Then we'll go to City Park. We're going to have a main gate. Will that fit in here? Can it be placed on this road? Oh, right. Cannot be placed on this type of road. Now, this will be interesting. How can we get this to work? So can I do a little something like this? I'm just thinking now what to do. Let's get this pedestrian road. Let's set that like that. I'm going to do it on this little junction here. And we're going to go like that. So that should enable that to be placed. Yes. Boink. There we go. Thank you very much. We'll connect up the path. And then at the other end, we're also going to need a little bit of a road. It means we're going to just lose some space for houses. And this one will be one of the other gates. This one. There we go. That one lines up nicely. So that will go there. So they can now walk up there. I don't know whether this is going to need access to services or things like that. I think we're going to be okay. But let's have a look in here. Let's put the price up. And then what we could do is, because obviously we want to make as much money with this as possible, and we are just cheesing things. So let's add a load of buildings along here as well. Okay, so that takes our entertainment up to 359. When we unlock some more things, then we'll certainly adjust that as we go along. But that is going to start making us some money. And then we can also do the same over here for when the industry starts building up. So let me just do that. Okay, there we go. Plenty of entertainment to do us probably a couple of levels. And there's some expenses attached to this as well. So probably something we do need to balance. Let's just make sure all these buildings have the water that they need, and this one is covered already. Excellent. So we'll see whether our income goes over our expenses as time goes on. Ooh, we can see now our commercial buildings are happily not complaining anymore about the lack of goods. So having a proper industry over here is working well. And it looks like we probably don't need an industry as big as we had before at all. So a lot of these wires like floating in the air, very weird. So we could even get rid of this section over here and just use this, but we'll see what happens. Right. Okay, the next viewer suggestion is from Victor. Curious if public transportation could be added and if it would improve even further. So you're probably talking about the traffic percentage. So we're at 94%, 95%. It goes up and down. That's with despawning turned off. So we're not even in normal vanilla console mode. We're in, you know, this is normally super difficult mode. So we've got this bus line here. We could definitely take that a little bit further up into the city. But what I don't want to do is, oh, so many places we could have park cheese to be as well. What I don't want to do is add buses going from here over to here, because I want to get my park cheese going on, don't I? So what I'm going to do is I am going to upgrade some of these roads up here where there's offices and things. So to help people to get to those, I'm going to go right to the end because we are going to expand at some point. Oh, hang on a sec. What's going on here? So if I'll go all the way around there. Yeah, let's go all the way around the outside. So at least then if people want to get to our new park entrances, they could take the bus. Just thinking how best to connect that along there. I might just change this one that's going sideways through here. Oh, I've noticed some of the trees that I changed didn't stick from last time. That's a little bit odd. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be overly worried about that. Can I connect that to here? I'm really sorry if your house is about to get destroyed. Oh, it's a park as well. I need to put a little bit of extra thought in this. We could come down there and go through there, couldn't we, instead? Okay. There we go. A little bit of wiggly through there. That's fine. And then it does come down to here, which is the entrance. So a lot of people are getting dropped off. When we expand, they get dropped off here, and then I want them to get on the bus and head into the city. So we're going to add in here. Let's have a look. I want to go for the biofuel bus depot. So we'll pop that in, and I'm just going to put that up against this normal road that we've got going on here. Let's just make sure we've got water pipes coming through there. Electricity should be fine. Excellent. And then we can run our first bus route through the city. And I'm going to add a little loop. Okay, there we go. So we've got this one loop that goes all the way around the outside, up there, all the way back down again. Houses are in mid-upgrade. Look at that green glow. Either that or it's Incredible Hulk doing a transformation. And instead of the little road here, so instead of the buses going all the way around this one-way system, they can just turn around at the end here. I also want to add in a route going the other way. So let me just do that. There we go. Fantastic. So let's just name that one as well. So that's going to be clockwise. We'll change that to yellow. Off you go. What? Where are you going? Where? Why are you hungry? Okay, can't you just like drive across the road and go that way? Yeah, okay, whatever. Probably could if I just put this on the other side of the road, would have been a good idea. But anyway, off they go. I can hear people upgrading, which is fantastic. They're loving the buses. They're going to take a while to spread out, so we'll come back and check how they are doing. What have we got? Vehicles 9 on each. Oh, do you know what? I can't just leave it at 9. I've really got to get that to an even number. 10. Just watching all the buses queuing up over here, which is okay. Hopefully they won't take too long to spread out. And, oh, look at that. Autosave. Have a quick sip of tea. And also don't forget to head on over to biffaplaysmerch.com if you've never checked it out before, and let me know what you think. So the next comment is from Trigger. Actually, would it work if you make the whole city a pedestrian zone? Industry, residential, commercial, all in one. Would the goods just magically move to stores? Now, that is a good point. At the minute, we have it set up as 2 pedestrian zones. This one over here, and if we click on here, we can see 77% residential, 8% commercial, 15% workplace, with 20,000 residents in there. If we click on this one here, workplace zones, and we've got the industries there. So they each have their own cargo and garbage, and this one over here. But of course, at the minute, a lot of these trucks are going, importing. So they're coming from outside the city. Actually, let's go have a look at these. Hot dog van, owner large cargo service point. So that's owned by this one. Return into facility. So I don't know where that went, but that must have been going from one of these to the other, to go from one zone to another. So I think that's an excellent suggestion. So I am going to keep this zone over here and remove this zone. Okay, that's done. I've sort of trimmed it down where we can, save some money, put the parks in correctly again. What's interesting is, we probably could remove some of these service points. I'll check that. Before, in total, our industry zone was costing us 5,844 maintenance. Beach was only costing us, only 15,117, but together it's cheaper. So before it would have cost, with the 2 zones, 20,961. Now it's only costing 17,129. Plenty of cargo trucks, too many garbage trucks by a long shot. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn that off. And let's have a look here. Large cargo service point. I'm just sort of randomly guessing here. We'll turn that off. What does that do for our area? If I can actually click on the right thing. Third time lucky. There we go. 21 out of 60 cargo. 6 out of 40. I just think we're doing fine, aren't we? Let's turn off another cargo. So we'll have 1 large garbage, 1 large cargo. So we're using 5 out of 30, 4 out of 20. It's costing us 17,129. Entertainment has dropped because we've now got this in here. So that's a reason maybe to keep them separate. But happiness is fine. Deliver everything. All bills get cargo agreements, even if they're not played. I don't think we need that. Nobody should complain. And some of these were unlocked anyway. Office zone, landmark and things. Yeah, okay. So let's see how that goes. Whether we're going to start seeing less trucks coming in and out of here. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. So Dave Bradbury Jr. says, I'd get rid of the coal power plants altogether and just build a giant solar platform or go green. So we've sort of done that. We've got our geothermal power plants. I'm pretty sure I got rid of all the coal power plants before. So I've tried to keep everything green. Yeah, we've got nothing else apart from these three here making the electricity. They don't need trucks. They don't need deliveries. So that is working really well. Whether there's a need to get rid of anything here, we don't need to turn these green. I think, to be honest, that is probably covered, that one, because that's all we've got. I mean, we could sort of change the amount of money we're spending. I might do a bit of min-maxing when we finish these suggestions and change out some of the water things for other ones that maybe provide more water and don't cost as much, that sort of thing. But yeah, we're going to keep to green, so we've got no trucks coming in at all for delivering coal or things like that. How are we doing? 94%. Is the buses causing any problems? Buses down here stacking up a little bit. Do we need that many buses? Let us see what we've got. Passengers 0 and 2. All right, let's give them a little bit more time to see whether we even need the buses at all. So the next comment is from Maker293 saying, well, congrats on your last traffic fix, Biffa. What kind of career will you pursue now? That is an interesting question. I mean, I could be a tea delivery person. I could be a tea stirrer. You know, you're too busy to stir your own tea. You know, I'll be there for you. I could be a tea bag recycler. Got to look after the environment. Very important. What else do you reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Any suggested careers I could take up now that traffic fixing is dead? Any jobs that fit in with my current set of skills that you've seen that I have from all of my videos. But in all seriousness, for those that do enjoy the traffic fix videos, I must have... Oh, something's upgraded. I must have at least 2,000 odd... Oh, there we go. Excellent. Videos, cities that have been sent in, that cities that need fixing and that sort of stuff. So it should be no problem at all. We've got enough entertainment to get to the next level. Yeah, don't need to do anything with that. So don't worry, traffic fixes aren't going anywhere. And when I do traffic fixes in the future, I'm not just going to do... well, we used to call it part cheese. Do we call this pedestrian cheese? Is that going to be the name of it? So, yeah, I won't be doing that just to fix traffic. We'll still be doing our normal thing. So the next question is from Stevie in Selby, asking, if you had an intercity bus terminal or railway station, would any people moving into the city arrive by bus/train, or would they still come by car? That is a very good question, because we've seen when we've extended our city before, a mass influx of cars coming in. So where is the nearest rail line? We've got it here and here. What can we purchase? Let's purchase this one, because that will give us space to expand as well. There we go. So could we bring that in? We don't really have any sort of main roads and things. Oh, here we go. Look, right here. We're going to end up losing some buildings. But if we expand along there, are we using these ones, aren't we? I'm going to go bus only. Well, let's do the train first. So we've got the new elevated train station. I probably didn't need to make that road as long. I just wanted it away from... There we go. There we go. Excellent, like that. So if we bring this along here and connect this up like that. So now that's got an outside connection. Obviously you need some water pipes and such. We can give you that, no problem. I think that connected. And power, I'll tell you what we'll do. We have a teeny tiny industry need. So if we add a little bit of this going on down here. Look at this teeny tiny zone along the back. That's a little bit weird, isn't it? Let's remove that for now. There we go. Excellent. And we'll make sure that our districts... Ah, right. So that has covered our pedestrian zone. So we are definitely removing this road all the way down here. Is that going to remove the pedestrian zone? No, it doesn't. And then make sure our normal district is covering this as well. There we go. Very good. So we'll see whether... anybody comes in, allow intercity trains. So we'd obviously need to expand a bit for that to happen, but we shall see. And then out here, we could just add in here an intercity bus station. Boink! There we go. We'll add that in as well. And then we'll keep an eye on both of these to see whether people are moving in. And we are still getting people moving in, which is good. So we'll see what happens. Don't seem to have trucks dropping down here. Let's just see what these guys are all doing. So exporting goods. Ah, okay. So we're making more goods than we need. Ore mining truck. I don't know what you're doing here. Exporting goods. Okay, so we're making money by making more goods than we need. Well, there's another way we can do that then. Could we remove that traffic by having a train connection over here? Okay, so we've now got a cargo train station here. Well, that's a very steep piece of track. I'll adjust that. That just wiggles up to the end here. Oh, I forgot to connect up our pedestrian line again. Let's just do that quickly. There we go. Make sure that is all okay at either end. That's all looking connected. Yep, good. Okay, it's all working. Very good. So ideally what we're going to see is more trucks coming out of, I've deleted those other ones, coming out of here and just going into here instead of going off around the city. I've just made a few adjustments, so they're all going a bit mental at the moment, but let's just give them a second to sort themselves out and we'll see what happens. What are these trucks that are coming out of here like this? It's like they're coming out of the garbage one and going across here at a weird angle. That might be because I've moved the buildings around or something and they're getting used to it. But you can see them going into here. Look, and here we go. That is our first train taking cargo out of the city, which is absolutely brilliant. So that should help a little bit. And then we need to keep an eye on whether anybody starts coming in over here. Okay, you need some power. I'm sorry. Oh, now the buildings flipping grow in when I'm not that bothered about getting them. Thanks for that. And then what we're also going to do is make sure that these bus stops here, we're going to get these to come up here and just do a little bypass as well. Yeah, they're both going to be crossing over. Whatever, that's fine. There we go. To encourage more people to move in, hopefully, through this area. And then we'll just check our intercity bus thing. I'll just move that down. Nobody yet. We'll wait and see what happens. Okay, just looking over here, and I wonder if you could spot why not many people are paying to walk through here. Yes, we have this humongous boulevard that connects these two areas together. Which, do you know what? I think I'm just gonna delete that. I don't think I want you doing that. We've got the services here. Any services will have to go all the way round, I think, instead. I'm sure they'll be looked after, and we can always check if that's a problem. Something else that was a bit of a problem is in here. So elementary school, what's that one? 215, 227. This one will be like barely filled. Yeah, that's okay. High school, we've got one down here. That is pretty much full. So we need to add in another high capacity high school. There we go. And we're going to do that this end of the city. I am going to turn Anarchy off. And I'm going to place you right there. Not too far from the buses. University, none. So we can add in, we've got, that's libraries, university, high capacity university. 10,000 spaces. Because the university DLC can't mix zones. So that is going to be an issue. I'm going to pop that over here. As we have our buses and our train and everything over here. So they can get to this area, no problem. Let's make sure, zoink, they are in the zone. There we go. And that will start helping because a lot of these IT places, I think, were complaining about a lack of highly educated, or they seem to be somehow highly educating themselves. So who knows? And other than that, I think everything else is pretty much taken care of. So, okay, yeah, doing all right. And the traffic here, let's see what the traffic is. Still 93%. Let's just flick that into what I call vanilla mode, see how much of a difference that makes. I think it's just because we've got a super busy node right here. If I just expand that out a bit, get people moving around the corners a bit better, and then I'm going to like move all these down. There we go. Just to give that a little bit of space. We might see that sneak up a tiny bit. See, immediately it's not as red. Oh, parks are leveling up. We've got gazebos everywhere. So which one was that? Level 2. Oh, I saw somebody complain about not being... Oh, that's just trash. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Level 3, which is good. We need a little bit more... Oh, that's visitors. A little bit more to get up to 720. I want to see how high we can get these. Gazebos, or, you know, gazebos, as most people call them. Excellent way of upgrading your park. There we go. Plenty of entertainment. Now it's just visitors, and we're making a ton of money. Man, that is some high-rise gazebo action right there. Get plenty of views. Oh, the people. Oh, look. The people, even more than before. And obviously they've got trash that needs collecting. I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, yeah, that is humming along nicely. Of course, no cars there because... What? So they're coming out of the park, getting out their pocket cars, driving to here, stopping, putting their car away, and then walking. People, I tell you what, people would do anything they can to drive in their car. So something that was mentioned a long time ago, back in the very first episode when we were trying this out, was trying to switch away from industry to IT industry. No, that'll be this one here, IT cluster industry, because it will make goods for us. And I want to see how that's going to help the way our city is running at the moment. I'm going to do a little bit of expansion out in this direction, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so just putting a bit of thought into what's going on here. Let's just pause this a moment. So our pedestrian zone's expanded over that road. That's fine. What I don't want to do is put the IT specialization on our pedestrian zone. We've got lots of other IT buildings around that I don't want to change. So if we just paint a normal district over this area, which if we just carefully go along like so, then we'll get zing, zing, zing. We'll get Ivy Hills, and then we can add onto there IT cluster. So we'll do it that way instead and see how that goes. And then if we zone all of this in with IT buildings, I'm going to take away the ones on the outside. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove that. And then I would like some plaza action in here, so let's just add a nice large plaza. Okay, now what's happened there is that the wall-to-wall, let's just pause that, the wall-to-wall of the pedestrian zone has overridden what we've got in the district. So that's interesting to know that that's how it works. Okay, so what we need to do is remove the pedestrian zone area from here. So how are we going to get these two to work? I don't want a whole nother pedestrian zone up here. Is this not going to be possible to have both in at the same time? Let's remove the pedestrians. So as soon as I do that, they're going to say, oh, we're up against these roads. Yeah, what we're going to have to do is just make these normal roads then. If I don't want... I mean, I could just put some more pedestrian stuff up here, couldn't I? But I don't want to do that. I want to just keep them both separate. So let me just change these out for normal roads. But then that's not the point, is it? I'm trying to make everything pedestrian. My brain is churning. If you know the answer to this, if there's something that I'm missing, let me know. I think the only option at the minute is to have a separate pedestrian zone, which would mean a separate cargo thing, which would mean we could attach that to this train, have a train line here, which it connects to. Maybe let's do that. Let's do that. Let's give this a go. Okay, so I've got a separate pedestrian zone there now with the district underneath, which we probably don't need, but that's marked as IT cluster. And then we've got this little road here, which has got attached to it a cargo train doodab. And then we've got a small service point, which will cover all of that for us. So hopefully now that will all work as intended. And this should come in as IT cluster buildings. Looks like it. It is pretty tall. That's good. And then anything we need to come in and out will be taken care of here. So already, let's just take a look at these. So that's probably going to say the owner is this. Yeah, but this will be goods that are coming in and out of this area here, because that's the only place that they can get their goods from. Okay. Oh, look, we have a load of people coming in. So what have we got happening here? Passenger service 226, intercity train. Let's have a look. Are these all... Oh, a lot of them look like tourists to me. Educated adult, unemployed, going home, going to ice cream stand, tourists. All of these are tourists. So some of these are going to be people moving in, people that live elsewhere. Yes, a lot of these are people that have just moved in. So they are coming in from the outside, which is great. So that's the way to get it to work. Okay, so a couple of little things that have come up, which you may notice over here. I don't think, even though the service point information is telling me that in the past week, not all of my cargo trucks were used. And in the past week, nowhere near all of my garbage trucks were used. So we have plenty of capacity. That is what I'm reading from that information. Yet people here are complaining not enough raw material. So that's things that they need to bring in from either what we create in our city or from the outside. And they're just not doing it. Which is a bit odd, and as you can see some garbage problems over there as well. Also, if we head over here to our IT industry, I've added in another small cargo service point, because this one, even though the capacity's gone up, it wasn't anywhere near that before, but I've added another one in, and that cargo capacity has gone up as well. Right, I think that is probably just taken a while to sort of balance out a little bit to then tell me that there is not enough capacity. So I'm just going to extend this little zone over here and go for a, what have I put in there? Small cargo service point. I'm going to pop in a large cargo service point, and also I think the trash is okay. 2 out of 3. So trash is going to be a problem as well. So we'll add in a small garbage. So between all of those, that should take care of everything here. A minute ago, all of these little symbols were everywhere. There's not enough buyers of products. There's all over this. And what that means is not what you think it means. It doesn't mean there's not enough people, which is what you would say were buyers. It means there's not enough trucks to carry things around. So hopefully now we've taken care of that. Actually, the easiest way to look at this is look at the pedestrian name. 14 out of 52, 1 out of 8. So that should cover that. So maybe that is the same issue over here then, even though we are not using up all of the trucks that we've got. It just needs more. And I did take away a lot of those trucks, didn't I? So let us maybe expand this just a teeny tiny little bit. I'm going to just pop some more down here. There we go. We're going to do that there. So that should have given us a whole heap more. 120 cargo trucks, 40 garbage. We are nowhere near using all of those. So that should now start to take care of these problems. Yeah, immediately a lot of them have gone away. It seems like you need to oversubscribe on these things to get it to work like this, which is a little bit odd. It's almost like the capacity means nothing. And you just need to add even more. Yay, level 5 in Hickory Park. That's this one over here. Yeah, I have not cheesed this park at all. Everything is exactly as I would normally do it. By the way, if you are a new viewer to my channel, this is not how I normally play Cities Skylines. This is the pedestrian. I'm going to change the name of this. This is the cheese only city. We are doing all the cheese because it started with the pedestrian stuff and we're just going ham on the cheese. But we're making tons of money over here, and very likely this one is also going to hit it anytime soon. And there we go, level 5 over here as well. 6,500 simoleons, dollars, whatever, coming in on that one. And almost the same, 6,500 odd on that one as well. IT cluster area is working well, apart from complaining a little bit about the cost. So obviously having an oversubscription of goods and garbage trucks is helping there. Excellent. So where do you want to see this series go next? I mean, don't worry about the couple of little problems that we're seeing. Overall, this is an unbelievably successful pedestrian-only city. But where do you want to see it to go? Do you want to see how much we can expand? Should we try and fill 9 tiles? What do you reckon? Any other questions you have? Things that you would like to test? Let me know in the comments below. I want to try and test out all of these things, and subscribe so don't miss out on my, I would say, less cheesy, normal City Skylines videos. You can see one on the screen right now, probably in my American-inspired city. And thank you very much for your support. I will see you all soon for the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.